Hello everybody. So today is Wednesday afternoon. It is not Sunday afternoon. But I was cleaning up my desk as I do typically after any type of holiday crafting. I am starting to wind down my Christmas crafting, so I thought it was time that I start cleaning up my desk. And if you're like me, when you're in a theme crafting mode, your desk tends to get a little bit crowded, right? Because we have all sorts of leftover paper, we have washi tape that we might have been using. As a digital creator, I tend to have extra images from new kits I might be testing out. So there's a lot of scraps that end up on my desk. So I wanted to kind of share with you what my approach is to cleaning up. So I have two piles. I have a small scrap pile, and ordinarily any reasonable, not insane person would probably toss small scraps, but I guess I'm one of those crafters that keeps everything. So I have a small scrap pile. And then I have a large scrap pile. So typically this will go into, excuse me, into a bigger envelope. So I'll get like a Glad bag and I'll put some of my bigger scraps into that. And then I have one of those 12 by 12 bins that I label for holidays. So I have one for Halloween. I have one for Christmas. Don't make too many Valentine's or Easter cards, so I do combine those because I have made those. I just don't have a lot. So that's kind of how I organize my theme holiday crafting. But what do you do with all these scraps if you're one of those people that doesn't get rid of anything? So one of the things that you can do, of course, is to create, collage cards. You can easily take your scraps and put them onto smaller card bases, maybe at 4.25 by 5.5 or a 5 by 7, and just do some collaging. Those make really great backgrounds. But what I thought I would do today is I pulled out my vintage tape. This is gummed tape. And I thought maybe we could do some snippets or some rolls and decorate these and then create, some rolls to use later. And then these are the perfect size to create labels. If you want to do collaging on a card or something like that, you can certainly do that as well. So that's what I thought we would do today. So I'm just going to, I don't even have any idea of how long this is going to be. I'm just going to tear some off just to make it a little bit easier to work with. And then, excuse the cough, and then I'm going to just kind of start using up my scraps. Now some of these scraps obviously are not Christmas, but I was using some of these letterings, so we might incorporate some of this as well. So this is just a vintage gummed tape. You basically see these when people are wrapping boxes for mailing. It's mailing tape essentially, but it is a vintage roll. What that means, I don't know. I just know that I got it, and the age on it is vintage. But I got it for a great price, and I use it a lot. So I thought I would just kind of start adding items to this and maybe stamp it. I don't know, just kind of see what I come up with. So a good way to start, if you don't know where to start, is to take paper that maybe you've already collaged before, and you can start ripping it, right? So if you don't necessarily want to have a strip like this, maybe you just want to use part of this then you can start ripping your paper. So I am gonna do that. So let's see what I can come up with. Now I like this here, so you can kind of be somewhat strategic about what you take, right? So maybe I'm going to use this. And then I'm going to add walnut stain as I go along. And you'll see at the end, typically what I do with some of these collages is I will add collage medium. But what I'm going to do for this, just to make sure it sticks, is to glue it down. Now when you are collaging, I don't always glue to the end because I might want to tuck something underneath. You would think that you would, think about that ahead of time, but I never do. So if you're like me, you may not either. So just checking a couple of things here. All right. So that's my first piece. And then I'm just going to continue to add items. As I go along here. All right, so let's see what else I have. Now I might not necessarily tear everything. This might just kind of come underneath here like that. Let's see. All right, just kind of thinking about what I'm doing here. All right. So I'll stick that underneath here. Okay. And then let's see what else I have here on my desk. Maybe I'll... Now, if you know that you have a long strip, I mean, you don't necessarily have to go in order. You can just kind of place it where you think it might look good. So let me just tear this a little bit more. Now I won't save these smaller pieces that I'm ripping. That is a little too much. But pieces that I know I can make collaging with, I'll keep. All right. And if you want to go, catty corner, that's fine too. Let's see, just checking a couple of things here.
This groundbreaking plant method is helping people lose weight while they sleep. Doctors have developed a method that triggers your body to burn
I'm just
calories.
checking my YouTube,
Thousands
so
of
bear
men
with
and
me.
women have shed pounds by following this simple. This groundbreaking plant method is is helping people lose weight while they sleep. Doctors have developed a method that
Okay. Excuse the interruption there. I was just testing something. All right. So when you're going live, anything can happen. All right. So I'm just going to continue to tear pieces off here. And I like to tear because I like the way the edging looks when I add the walnut stain. All right, so maybe I'll just do something like this. Hey Cordelia. I am using up my scraps today because I was cleaning my desk and I couldn't bring myself to pack away small little scrap pieces of paper, but I didn't want to waste them. So I'm just using what's on my desk. Let's see. All right. And when you're working with your paper, you don't necessarily have to use the whole piece. Like I just want to get part of this label here, and then I'm going to tuck it underneath something here. So that way I can kind of, not necessarily show that it's cut. Yeah, I'm not usually live. My husband had to go run some errands, so I took that time to just kind of jump on while I was using up my scrap pieces of paper here. And then if I have any leftover paper at the edge, I'll just trim it. So I have paper and I have stickers. Here's some of my leftover stickers from all of my kits and my lives. So let's see what I have here. All right, so just trimming off some of this white. So I'm going to take some of this paper. And again, the paper is so pretty, I didn't want to waste it. So that's why we're crafting with it. So I think I'll just kind of put that over an overlay. And again, like I said, if I have any overlay, I'll just trim it when I'm done here. All right. Let's see. Small pieces are great as well, because they fill in extra spots. I think you and I, Cordelia, are the only ones hanging out, which is okay. Like I said, I just kind of turned on the camera when I started using up my scraps. So let's see. That. And then as you're going along, if you want to trim as you go, That's fine. This is gummed paper, like I said. So once I'm finished with it, I could roll it up, and then I can, you know, have it as snippets to create tags, you know, different things, whatever I want to use it for. Let's see. And this could, I mean, this is a great relaxing technique, you know, when you don't necessarily have anything that you need to make or that you want to make. You can just collage and, you know, save it for a different day to create. Yeah, do you hear him in the background? Poor guy. He was he was sick. He had a sick day the other day. He was he was throwing up and just not feeling well at all. But he's doing better now. All right, let's see, what else do I have here? See, I might even put that Santa. Might just put paper. Yeah, he's, I don't know if he ate something wrong or what the deal was, but he's doing better. Tell you, he does not like the cold. But who does, right? I think that's upside down. Just do this. All right. And then as you're going along, if you want to add, you know, extra pieces on top of the layer, that's okay too. Okay, so let's see here. Maybe I'll cut this. How much colder does it get? Yeah, a lot colder. I was in northern Arizona, so we did have colder temperatures, but we rarely got into the teens. Where I lived before, and now it seems like it's a normal number, which is insane. But that's all right. Let's see. Okay. So I'm guessing a lot of people are still at work, but I figured, you know, I'm always going live late, so I thought I'd maybe try to go live a little earlier. So that's why I'm here. All right, so let's put this. And then I think I might do a remnant rub. I don't know yet. Let's see. Oh, you know what I could put? Let me see here. These weren't on my desk, but that might look all right here. Let's see. Gonna put a little bit of glue here. It's a sticker, but I want to make sure it sticks. There's that. And what else do I have here on my desk? Got these leftover tickets. I guess I could do something like that, right? A good way to use up tickets is to, you know, put underneath. So if I'm going to add more paper here, I can just kind of add this. Let's see. Something like that. And then I'll add paper. Let's see, what do I have here? 8 maids of milking. Could use something like that, right? Like I said, I don't throw away any scraps, which is a little ridiculous. Let's see if maybe we can cut this down a little bit more. Put that right there. So you get the idea, right? Just creating a snippet of different papers. Yep. It's a nice thing about crafting is you can do whatever you want. And I want to move this ticket, so I'm going to. And it's just about, you know, doing what you enjoy. All right. Let's see. I've got so many extra stickers from my lives. Let's see. And this way, I can create little labels if I want to as well. I can maybe pull out some of my die cuts and create labels. There's a lot of things you can do with little snippet rolls. Okay, and then I need to put something there. Looks like a post stamp might work. All right. You did print out the kit? Good. Yeah. I am going to be a guest on Elizabeth's channel next week, and we're going to use the kit. So maybe you can craft along with us. Alright, so I'm just going to see if I can stick this underneath here. Just like that. And then I'm going to put something here, and then we're going to add some collage to it. So you kind of get the idea, right? What I'm trying to do here. So let me just trim this up. And then this will store really easily too. I'm just going to roll them into rolls and put like some washi tape at the edge. There we go. All right, so I need something here. Let's see what I can find. So I have these old boarding coupons, and these are damaged ones. So I might use this. People are probably saying, "Why are you tearing up your vintage items?" But this is a damaged one that I can't sell, so I might as well use it in my collage, right? Frankenpaper, yep, it is like Frankenpaper. That is from Nick the Booksmith. I think she's the one that I've heard that term before. So I started coming up with my class themes for next year. So I found these really great vintage interoffice envelopes from New York that I ordered, and it's like a railroad theme. So I think I'm going to do a railroad journal next year. And then I think, like I said, I'm going to do my detective journal as well. So just a couple things I'm thinking about. I need something there. Maybe I'll do a remnant rub. Okay, so maybe I'll do this right here. All right, so now you can see I've got a pretty good strip going here, and I've got some more, but I'm going to go ahead and show you what I do once I get my strip on. I'm going to finish it. I don't know if I'll finish it live, but I wanted to show you what I do. All right, so I've got your oldest stepson is an engineer. Yeah, that's cool. I love train themed items. And like I said, I'm going to incorporate vintage. I have a lot of vintage ephemera that's train themed. So I think I have to make my prototype, but I think that's going to be one of my classes. So all I'm doing now is I'm just getting my distress collage medium. And I am just, hey Melody, I'm just adding my collage medium to just kind of solidify all of these labels and make them one. So this kind of helps to bring out the walnut stain. That's why I said I like using walnut stain on the edges, because it kind of helps to smear, you know, when you add your collage medium. All right. Now if you're going to do any stamping, I would say do that before you add your collage medium, because stamping doesn't play nice on collage medium. Alright, so moving this down here. I think that's pretty good. But you get the idea, right? So now I have these rolls, and what I love about this, like I said, these are gummed papers. So what I can do is when I'm finished, I have, you know, dies that are like labels. I can create my own little backgrounds. So, you know, Tim Holtz has those little squares that have backgrounds. You can easily make your own. And then you have gummed paper that you can work with. And, you know, once this is dried, I can just roll it up into a roll, and then we'll be ready to go. I just add a little bit more glue here. And that'll dry nicely. It's just collage medium, like I said, but that'll dry really nice. All right, so I'm just gonna keep going here. Let's see, I've got that leftover Borden's coupon that I can use. Yeah, you know, it's hard for me to throw away anything, and that is what caused moving problems, because I had so much. My husband said if we ever move again, I better not have all this. I had like 20 boxes of craft supplies, and granted, some of it was, you know, my inventory for my shop, but holy cow. Our decision to move came, well, I should have added, came relatively quickly. We said if we ever decided to move again, it'll be when I'm already retired, because I'm not retired yet. And we probably will, you know, not be in a rush to sell. We'll sell when we're on the road or something like that. All right. So that will get cut off. Now you can also use washi tape, you know, to scrap it up, to add pieces here. So if you have any, you know, small areas you need to fill in, you can always add washi tape. Let's see. Apparently I didn't like that, so we're pulling that off. But you get the idea. Ooh, I have some more stickers here. Let's see if we can use these. And especially with, you know, digital images, I'm not so much of in a position where I don't want to use it, I'll save it for next year, because I can reprint. Yeah, moving can be stressful. But whatever. You know, you only live once. All right, so okay, so what do you guys think of this idea? Kind of fun, huh? Let's see. We put some more paper. I mean, it's not anything hard, but it's a good way, like Cordelia said, to use up your scraps and then have something, you know, ready to go for crafting for another day. That there. I don't know why I'm going to have an 06, but I am. So I'll just, it's part of my part of my cleanup on my desk. So we'll just put this here. And these are all scraps, like I said, just from leftover crafting from some of my lives, things I just had not put away yet. So, and like I said in the beginning of the live, I have two piles. I have my big scrap pile, and then I have my small scrap pile. And my big scrap pile I will, you know, pack away with my Christmas stuff for next year. And then my small scrap pile I'm using. Hi, Frida. All right, so this is what we've got so far. I think it's looking pretty good. All right, I'm just gonna keep going here. All right, so I've got this big Santa that's not going to fit on my roll, so I might have to tear paper around him. Yeah, we're having leftovers for dinner tonight. Alright, so I will put that there. I think maybe I'll put this here first. I did all that. Yep. Is that how long I've been going? It's 37 minutes. Yeah, just like I said, I just have a pile of scraps, Melody, and I'm just I'm just filling in the gaps. Okay, so I'll probably go for another 5 or 10 minutes. Like I said, this was just kind of an impromptu live while I was making this scrap roll. All right. Didn't necessarily want to put another label down there. Maybe I'll just put more paper. Oh, you know what? What if I put my Peking Santa? Or a little bird. I got this little bird here that I might be able to use. If I fussy cut it. Let's just cut him up really quick. It's a sticker. I said, you guys probably recognize a lot of these items I'm using because I've used them in my lives. All right. So do you guys, I'm just curious, do you guys do anything with your scraps, or do they pretty much get put into the trash bin, which is probably where they belong, right? Okay. Let's see if I can maybe put something else down there. I don't know. Put that there. And then maybe, I don't know, maybe put another sticker, maybe. Something like that. I don't know, you get the idea, right? So you do have, okay, so you keep a box of scraps for each color family. Yep. I don't necessarily do color family. It's a good idea. I do holiday or theme for the most part. So that way, you know, I can easily put away when I'm done crafting for a particular holiday or a season. It's easy for me to put it away and not have to have it take up room. Sticker doesn't want to come off. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to put this sticker here. I want it to kind of still look like a postcard. It's pretty good. It's going to cut off part of his hat. Shoot, let me rethink this and relay this down. Come a little bit lower so I don't lose all of his hat. And I'm going to put more collage medium, so that'll be fine. All right, and let's see here. That would have been good to put part of that underneath there. A lot of twisting and turning. All right, maybe I'll put this right here. That, and then I'll put the sticker right there. Now if I wanted to put this Christmas, so you can always go back and add, you know, extra stickers other places. So I'll put this here, and that's probably, oops, I didn't want to cover that though, did I? Let me put that down a little bit farther. There we go. So yeah, so that was my idea, guys, is to just take some of my scraps, and turn it into, glue it onto my gummed paper. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, when I store it, I'm gonna roll it. Let me show you what I'm gonna do. Something like this. So I'm gonna roll it, and I'm gonna make sure everything's glued down, of course, but I just wanted to show you. And then I will have it ready to go. When I want to use it, I could just open it up. I can cut a piece off if I want to, or I can make labels out of it. There's just lots of things that you can do with these. So again, just like I said, I was just kind of playing around, and I thought I would turn on the camera and share with you what I'm doing with some of my scraps. I'll post some pictures once I'm finished. And I'm going to create some labels too out of it, so I'll share that with you as well. And finish getting my desk cleaned up because my holiday crafting is almost done. I have a few more tags I'm going to make, but I'm going to use my new kit. So I don't necessarily need to keep all of this, right? Let me put that there. I don't know. I'm just going to keep going here and see what I can come up with. Right, guys, that's all I have. Yeah, Cordelia, you could definitely use it as a belly band for a journal if you wanted to, for sure. But what I like about it is that it's gummed. So it will create really, really great labels, I think, which is probably what I'm going to make out of these when I'm finished. So I will post those and share with you what they look like, because I think that's ultimately what I'm going to be doing, is creating labels. All right, you guys, that's all I have. I will, like I said, I'll get some pictures posted on my Instagram. If you're following me on Instagram, you can see kind of my end result of this. And I will see you on my next impromptu. And if not, hopefully I'll see you on Sunday, right? Okay, guys.